I'm here today to update you on one of the most exciting meme coins in all of crypto, our dear pigman Fofar. Welcome to Crypto Simulation Theory. I am the Gaussian Snake. I do hold Fofar, and I am on the Fofar admin team as an analyst. Please be sure to join my free Telegram group, the Snake Pit, for detailed chart analyses, market updates, and so much more. And join the Fofar Telegram group as well. I'll have links to both groups in the video description below. So if you look at the chart for Fofar, I know yet nothing in here is financial advice, do your own research. You'll notice that we've been in a little bit of a downtrend lately, and this is getting some of the bears excited, but I've got a message for the bears. I want to deliver it to you as a video. This is a video that the team made and just released today, so check it out. That's right, bears get wrecked. So they have a new website, fofar.io, that I'll also link in the video description, and it's a brand new website. It's got a beautiful design, and it highlights some of the things that make Fofar such a unique and kind of like rare project in the crypto space. And I'll get into some more of that in a minute, but just to start with the basics, Fofar has no buy tax, no sell tax. Liquidity pool is burned. Contract is renounced. Now we do have, imitators out there trying to be us, but we're the real deal. So look for the 0x420. So this is the only contract address that is legit. Here's a link to trade on Uniswap. I actually did an entire video on Fofar and a whole overview of it, but I want to go over some of it for those of you who may not be familiar with the project. So be sure to check that out. I'll put that at the end of this video. We got Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. You like the video that I just showed you, they've got other videos, more to come. They're on Poloniex and Uniswap, and more exchanges will be coming down the pipeline. So I got all the social links here. So super clean, sleek website. They got the links to the Telegram and Twitter up here, contact form here. So, and this token is only just about 3 months old at this point. It was established on April 3rd of this year. So hasn't really been around that long, but it's done a lot in that time and gotten a lot of attention. You guys may not know this, but TechDev, one of the most famous crypto Twitter analysts who rarely analyzes anything other than Bitcoin, noticed Fofar back in May and made a post about it saying, "This is how Doge looked before its January 2021 10x move no one saw coming." And he basically said he doesn't have any affiliation with this project, to let you know, but he just thought this was an attractive chart. He picked this out of, tens of thousands of charts. He picked Fofar's chart. So that right there should tell you something. If we have a chart analyst who's picking this up to use an example of what a bullish chart looks like. This was back in May. Chart has changed a little bit, but it's still looking like a massive bull flag. So that hasn't changed. We're going to be having another Twitter Spaces with Harris Ibrat, who is another Twitter analyst, and Astro, who is a lead strategist for the Fofar admin team, and who has experience working on another $750 million project from 2017. This Twitter Spaces will be taking place on Wednesday of this week. That's Wednesday, July 10th. So that would be tomorrow if you're watching this video on Tuesday evening, where I am. So be sure to check that out, and I'll be sure to link this in the video description so you can join in. And again, for those of you who are not familiar with Harris Ibrat, he is a financial trader and crypto maxi, founder of Trade Campus Academy, passionate about sharing knowledge and decoding the complex world of trading. And also on that live stream, they're going to be having a giveaway. If I go back to it, I'll show you exactly what it is. Sorry, I forgot to mention this before, but if we go back to that original thing, he's going to be announcing a round of giveaways for iCrypto AI premium accounts for the listeners. So, and he did something like this last time. So he's been very actively involved in the Fofar community since he discovered this project. And you can see he's done a lot of updates on his channel. So I'll have a link to his channel as well. You can just follow his channel. He's got the Fofar Twitter Spaces link in there. We've come a long way since since April. So he's done like Fofar analyses, comparing them to other projects in the Boys Club meme space. So things like Pepe, Andy, Landwolf, Bird Dog. And you can see that the bubble maps for Fofar are like so sparse compared to other projects, even within the Boys Club ecosystem. Just another reason why this token is really all about the community. So he's posted a lot of stuff on his Twitter, so be sure to check that out. On dextools, we have a score of 99 out of 99. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this project. And you can see the statistics right here, $3.78 million market cap, which is an absolute steal considering what the prices were not that long ago. They were over 10 million. But as you know, Bitcoin has been doing its own thing, kind of, heading down into the mid to low 50s and bouncing around there. So the entire crypto market right now is in a state of peril. And actually, Fofar is holding up a lot better than many other projects. We have our token distribution spread out amongst 3,320 unique holders, and the circulating and total supply are matched. There's no inflation. So you can look at all these statistics here. And as far as whale holdings go, it's something that people sometimes are really concerned about, is that how many people hold 2 to 3% or more of the supply. Well, this top wallet is just the Uniswap supply. And then we have a couple large whales, but beyond that, really not much at all. And this is out of 3,320 holders. So whales don't really have much of an influence over the chart in this project. The community does, and that's how it should be. So I do want to do a detailed chart analysis. Just looking at it, you can see that we have been having some difficulty for quite some time, especially since June. We had this major run up, but don't be fooled. This chart is in a massive bull flag pattern. So I'm going to switch over to TradingView to do a more detailed analysis, but dextools really has the most accurate looking chart because it gets rid of the initial giant wick caused by the MEV front running bots that plague all, the whole entire crypto space with their front running trades. So to really see this first wick accurately that ignores that, you would go to dextools. But I'm going to go to TradingView because most of the other chart behavior is virtually the same, and I can get a lot more into the weeds with it than if I were to just use dextools. So just to give you some perspective of what I'm talking about, you can see these giant wicks that TradingView doesn't ignore. We can kind of ignore them though for the most part and just focus on the overall chart behavior and development. So you can see a horizontal line, area of major support that I would anticipate has a pretty good chance of holding should we reach it, and that's 0.0007571. We are currently at 0.0008971. We have been holding the 0.0001 level fairly well for quite some time, considering what the rest of the market has been doing. But overall, you just see a giant bull flag here. That's what I see. Let's look under the hood and see kind of like what's going on with some technicals. Now, keep in mind that Bitcoin doesn't look great right now. Bitcoin itself is in a bear flag on the 4-hour time frame, arguably even on the daily time frame. And, you've got interest rate cuts potentially coming up in September. A lot of volatility is to be expected between now and then. But I believe that Fofar is in an outstanding position to do well coming out of this bear trap from Bitcoin because of all the reasons I've already listed for you, the solid fundamentals, solid team, and some other things I'm going to talk about as well. But you don't find projects that are this transparent and community friendly very often. You find projects that just benefit the top people, whoever those are, the private holders and stuff like that, that you often don't see. Or with other projects you've got like, venture capitalists and whatnot. But anyway, let's look deeper into this chart and see what else it holds. Now, the all charts pattern indicator is revealing a falling wedge right here. It's saying the target is 0.00035, okay? So that would be kind of consistent with previous highs that we've reached. That doesn't mean it's going to break out that high right away, but we are getting narrower and narrower with this falling wedge as it's starting to contract. We're seeing volume contract too. If I put volume on, you'll see it. I know it's a little bit hard to see, but you can see how volume's been kind of trailing off, and that's yes, that is buy volume trailing off as well. Buy and sell volume have been trailing off, but generally you've seen this explosive volatility here, and then it's just kind of been wedging its way down. Very normal chart behavior. What we're not seeing here is what a lot of projects like this do, which are pump and dumps. We're seeing a very organic chart development. And like I said, it's holding up really well considering the broader market conditions. Let's look at the YCOB volume momentum indicator and see kind of what that is saying. So I'm going to pull that up right now, YCOB volume momentum, and we'll go ahead and zoom in on it and see what it's saying. Because I like to look at dynamic data rather than just static volume data, and it's basically saying that overall the trend for buy and sell volume has been down. And what you're actually seeing is that the sell volume is starting to level off. Like, we did have a giant whale sell yesterday. I think we had one of those and another one today. So, but for the most part, people are holding on to their Fofar. Like, if you go to Heresy Brad's summaries on Twitter, he'll show you that most of the people in Fofar are long-term holders going all the way back to April when the project first debuted, first few months. So we are seeing sell momentum start to trail off. It did have a little uptick, but overall the trend is down, and I would anticipate that to continue, maybe with some buy days coming in when sellers are just completely exhausted, which it seems like we're getting close to that point if we're not already there. We have penetrated the daily Gaussian channel, so I do anticipate it will probably flip red at some point. But what is interesting is we're heading towards the lower boundary of the channel. We did put up a little bit of a fight at the median line. So if you look at this is really fascinating how the lower boundary of the green Gaussian channel actually intersects with the area of major horizontal support at 0.00076 or 7571. I want to use 4 digits with that going back beyond the zeros. So it would not be surprising to see some kind of bounce here if we make it down that far. No guarantee that we do, but if you want to wait for lower price entries and take that risk, this area could certainly provide that extreme value. It doesn't mean that it will hold. We don't know what's going to happen. Unpredictable, of course. But this is a very slow bleed down, and having a slow bleed in a meme coin like this is a good thing. What you don't want to see happen is a very rapid Christmas tree pattern where it just dumps straight down. This is showing you a battle between buyers and sellers going on, which is just very organic and healthy in a project like this. And what it's also doing, and I'll show you this with one of my risk indicators. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off volume. I'm actually going to just exit out here. And we're going to put on an indicator known as the beam. And the beam is a risk indicator that I use to determine good DCA points. So you can see back in May of 2024 and early June, when Fofar was quite elevated, we were hitting some pretty high risk levels. Anything above the orange zone is generally where I would consider selling. I would consider selling above here. Maybe not on a daily time frame. I generally look at more of a weekly time frame for that, but certainly the daily provides clues towards the weekly. My DCA zone is generally anything beneath the green line, and my hold zone is between green and orange, heating up as you go upwards. We never actually got to the sell zone. If you can see here, we got close, but never got anywhere quite near there. So this is natural behavior to see this kind of cool off, and we have come back into extreme deep value territory. Anything below this green line is considered very, very deep value. And we certainly could spend some more time here. We spent time here when we first debuted after that opening MEV bot wick. We spent some time there in the last week of April and towards the beginning of May, and then it was just off to the races. So I don't know how long this is going to last where we're in extreme undervaluation, but I at least want to point it out to you that that's where price is right now. So unfortunately on the Gunnar EMA, we did have a bearish cross on June 20th after narrowly avoiding it on May 30th. Our last bullish cross was on May 6th, so a little over 2 months ago. And then we have a bearish cross about a month and a month and a half later on June 20th, and that cross has been widening with this behavior where we have just not been able to get above the green Gunnar EMA line. So it's hard to imagine that we'll be able to get above this in a day or two, although anything is possible. But like I said, I am anticipating that this line right here at 0.0007571, if we get down this low, if we do, could provide the springboard to our next leg up. It did already once here. We've seen a lot of wicks to it where we're unable to get above it in May. So this could act as support. It could also flip to resistance. Truthfully, there's no way to know which, but the odds are more in favor of support. And I'm not just saying that because I hold the token, but I'll show you the reasons why I'm saying that. And they have to do with things like the RSI, overbought, oversold conditions, things like that. Okay, so this is the Snabble RSI. Anything above 80 is considered to be pretty overheated. Anything below 20 is considered to be pretty underwater. And you can see that we have had a very organic looking downtrend that has been going on for quite some time without a bullish divergence. Not a single bullish divergence on this signal line, or this trend. This, I would not really call it a signal line, but more of a moving average of the RSI. And it looks like we're kind of heading back down again. So it's possible that we tap this 20 line again. This acted as a springboard last time. But if we do get underneath it, or if we get close to it, or even the fact that we're even here right now, this substantially increases the odds of bouncing out from it. And it doesn't necessarily mean that we'll get bullish divergence right away. We may just get some sideways action, but that the odds should increase in our favor as time passes on, that this could turn bullish again. You're also seeing something similar play out with the MACD, or moving average convergence divergence. The signal line did flip below 0, which is bearish, of course, and here's the difference between the 26 and 12-day simple moving averages. We have been spending quite a bit of time in the red, and we get teased with these like potential bullish divergences, but then just go red again. But what do you notice? Like, we had a really big red mountain here, kind of similar to our red mountain here, and now it's just kind of leveling off. So could we see another big red mountain? Sure, we could, but the odds of that happening are decreasing with time. As you can see, sell volume has been decreasing. So it's like, what would it take to get another big red mountain? I mean, you'd have to have some very motivated whales who just want to offload their Fofar at a loss. We're getting to the point where offloading your Fofar just doesn't make sense at all, right? Because you're going to take a loss, you're going to take a hit. So most people are going to hold on here because they don't want to sell at a loss, especially knowing that this project's organic and that there's no like shenanigans going on behind the scenes. You know, you have trust and faith in this project, so you're going to hold it, right? And you're going to want to sell at a profit, not at a loss. So I think that's why we're starting to see that even these dark red days are not really building up into anything mountainous like they were here, or like they were here, where people were taking some substantial profits. At this point, it's just kind of fizzling out. And like I said, while we could see major sells happen from here, most likely it's going to come from whales if they're going to offload. And most whales aren't going to do that. Some will, but most won't. They bought into this project because they want to profit, not lose. Okay, this is the bull bear power trend. The bulls have only been in charge once, and that was in June. Granted, they were probably in charge over here as well, but you need enough data to be able to analyze this. So if you want, you can convert this over to like the 4-hour and get a more clear picture of what this really looks like. But then it gets, kind of cluttered with too much data. So we'll go to the daily just because it's cleaner, and you can see that the bears are in control right now, very much in control. But when you get this far down, again, the odds of reversing are just starting to increase quite a bit. And you'll see a mountain form where this starts to come back up, and eventually the bulls will be in control again. And I think, once again, the line in the sand, my prediction is right here at 0.007571. If we go below that and stay below that, then I might start to get a little bit concerned about how long it could take to reverse course. But at the present time, I'm not concerned, as long as we're holding above this general region. And I could even extend this out into like a rectangle if I wanted to. It doesn't have to be that exact price, but just like, kind of in this zone. And I think I'm accidentally drawing like two rectangles, but whatever. Something like in this zone, right? So, that's kind of like my general expectation. So it's not just about a static price. So I should be clear about that. But yes, the bears are in control right now. So what does that mean? If you're looking to buy Fofar and you believe in this project, these are exceptional values to be DCAing at. I actually DCA'd some money into Fofar a few days ago at a 0.0098 or something like that, or I forget exactly where, but it was just south of 0.001. And so, I'm recognizing the deep value in these prices. Now, I can't tell you what to do because, again, this is not financial advice, but I'm just letting you know all the indicators are pointing to extreme value. You know that I love the tricks bubble. So this is the triple exponential moving average. Sorry that it's so dim and it's hard to see. That's just the way it's colored. So you have the 5, 7, 9, 11, and 14 day. I believe these are exponential moving averages. I have to check. The inputs, actually, I don't remember. They're either EMAs or SMAs. I don't remember, but whatever. They're low time frame moving averages, and you can see that this has been in a macro downtrend for over a month now. So here we are just heading straight down. And not only that, but we've been putting in lower lows. So we hit like a pretty major bottom. So once again, like this is indicating, and we bounced back from that, by the way. We haven't gone to revisit it yet. Things are kind of sideways right now with a slightly bearish slant, but this is again increasing the odds of a reversal coming. And that reversal could already be in play. This could come out here and back test and then take off. You just never know. Now, if we look at fib levels, and we can get kind of another perspective here. Again, ignoring these wicks, which may affect these slightly, these fib levels. You can see that we have been simply straddling the 2.236 or 23.6% down from the all-time high in terms of the fib levels, not in terms of price. So this is 23.6%. Again, not price. This has to do with fibs. So we've been straddling this level, and that's 0.000111923, and there's been a lot of battles here. The next fib level down is the 382, and this would kind of be my line in the sand. Like I know I put 0.007 as sort of an area of major support, but if I were to draw like a rectangle, I would want to see Fofar at the very least hold the 382 fib. I don't really want to see it come down to the 0.5, but even if that did happen, it still wouldn't change my faith in the project. Just to show you, like, I have extreme faith in this team and project because I've been behind the scenes, I see what they're working on, and I know the character and integrity of the team. But that being said, what would take us down here would have to be some pretty substantial sells, and the data is not showing that right now. The data is showing that things are starting to slow down on the sell front. So I am thinking that we could hold the levels that we're at or near these levels, and in the very worst case, potentially bounce off the 382 if it came down to it. The average sentiment oscillator has been very bearish. It has just been bearish divergence after bearish divergence, a little bit of bullish convergence here. We are getting to some pretty high levels. You can see that with our bullish divergence, we got to a level of 70, and with our bearish divergence, we almost got to 70. We're almost there again. Generally speaking, your bearish divergences don't reach the levels of the bullish divergences with the average sentiment oscillator, so you would again expect some kind of reversal to occur relatively soon, and potentially a green bubble start to form where the green is on top of the red. But if the red starts heading down, that's a good sign. The green starts heading up. So this is something we should watch. I know it looks like a bug. Fofar will just eat it. But yeah, I think again, this is very encouraging that price has been leveling off very slowly. Average sentiment oscillator has been building out that bearish divergence, and it's allowing for that time-based capitulation that you need to see to allow for another major leg up, so you don't overheat prematurely. So it's like when you run out of the races really fast and you go up like this, you need some cool off time, and you need a lot of it to reset risk. And you've seen that with if I go back to the beam risk indicator, just to show you what I'm talking about, and I think we've probably seen enough indicators, analysis paralysis, right? You need time down here, right? And you can't get that if you're if we just kept going to higher and higher prices, we would have gotten into this like upper range. And generally when projects do that, they have major dumps. The fact that we didn't do that, and instead we had just a slow bleed down, really bodes well for another major leg up in this massive bull flag pattern that you see. So I have every reason to be bullish on this project. I believe in the future of it. And not only that, but there's some really exciting announcements that will be coming from the team pretty soon. And while I'm not privy to tell you the exact details, what I can say is this. Right now, what you're seeing from Fofar is it's a meme coin. It's part of the Boys Club collection, Matt Furie's Boys Club, right? And you go to my previous video to learn more about that and its history. We're seeing some awesome memes being created by the community that have been going viral. We are seeing some awesome animated series, almost weekly, coming from the team that are also going viral. And it might just appear that all we are is a meme coin, right? A really pristine meme coin with an awesome community and an awesome team. But if you join Fofar's Telegram group, you're going to learn something very soon that this project has in store for you. I can't even hint at it because it's under wraps right now, but I guarantee you, if you join our Telegram channel, again, the Fofar Telegram, you will be blown away by what's coming. And that's really all I can say is this, that the team has things planned out over the next few months and beyond to take this project to the next level. Again, that's all I can say. You're going to have to join the Telegram channel, the Fofar one, to find out more. And just a reminder, how do you do that? Well, go to their Telegram, click on Telegram, also join their Twitter. Click on this link, it'll take you right to their Telegram channel. So here's their Telegram channel, and you can see we have 5,987 members. We're just 13 away from 6,000 members, which is pretty impressive for a project that's only 3 months old. And we have a very active Telegram community. We have a buy bot like other projects do. Nothing really unique about that. That shows when new buys are coming in. So, but there's some pretty exciting announcements coming our way, starting as early as next week. And so I suggest you join the channel. And if you're going to buy some Fofar, again, that's up to you. I've shown you how to do that. I'll review that again one last time. You can come in here and see what you have to look forward to. And the great thing about being part of this community is you're a part of the project. You are the chart. Because there are no insiders or VCs or early adopters or anything like that, how well this project does is not only in the team's hands, but it's in your hands as well. So as a community member, you have a responsibility to interact with other community members, to go onto Twitter and participate in sharing Twitter posts and rating and those kinds of things. And whatever talents and skills you can bring, we welcome those and value those. Any feedback you have, our community is very open to hearing that. So we're a very inclusive, open, creative community, and we really want to have you be a part of it. So how do you buy Fofar? Very simple. You can use Uniswap if you want. Just click right here, trade on Uniswap. It's also available on Poloniex. I'm not as familiar with that exchange, so I'm not going to speak on something that I don't know much about. But if you know about Poloniex, you could certainly go there and you'd be able to figure that out. But yeah, I use Uniswap personally. It's very easy. You can set limit orders on there. And that's the way that I do it, and the way that most people, I think, in our community do it. So again, thank you for joining me in the crypto simulation. I'm the Gaussian Snake. I do hold Fofar. I'm also on the Fofar administrative team as an analyst, so doing videos like this, chart updates, things like that. I have a Telegram group of my own called the Snake Pit. I'll have a link to that in the video description. We'll also put links to all the Fofar related stuff in Heresy Brat, so you can go ahead and check that out along with the upcoming Twitter Spaces that will be done tomorrow, Wednesday, and I believe it is going to happen at 12 o'clock noon Pacific Daylight Time. But please check with Harris if you are, or just ask in the Telegram if you're not certain about that. And you can actually, in fact, you can just sign up directly on its Twitter page and just set your reminder, and it will give you the time and everything right there. Yeah, and there's a lot of exciting stuff coming down the pipeline for this project. So look, you don't have to buy it, but if you want to, you know how, you know exactly what's in store for this. There's some game-changing stuff coming our way, so please stay tuned for more announcements. I've done videos on Fofar overview, just a general overview of this project. I have done a price analysis before, and I did an interview with the owner of the Telegram group and the person who had the keys of Fofar kind of handed to him, or from the original developer who no longer holds the project, and tags. I did a live stream with him, so be sure to check all that out on my channel. I feel like I could, I want to share all of those, but I'll leave you with the original Fofar video that I did, so you can check it out, and then you can explore my channel for other ones if you want. So be sure to like, subscribe, comment on this video if you have any questions. Go to the Fofar Telegram if you have any questions, share them there. And yeah, just remember, not financial advice. I'm excited to hold this token, and I'm committed to this project for the long haul. So regardless of what price does, I stand behind this project, and I will work with the team because I believe in it, and I believe in what they're doing. So that's it from me. See you again next time. Bye.